This event was organized by the Youth Organizing Fellowship. We're a group of young people, and although we're not old enough to vote yet, we are going to be greatly affected by this election. So we're going to start off the night with a few speakers here, and then we're going to be marching through the Commons to Tom Reed's office at the Gateway Plaza. And we have traffic marshals posted to stop traffic. So now I'm going to hand the mic to Tenzin to read our demands.
That's Tenzin.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You got this, Tenzin.
Hello everyone. Okay, so we are gathered here today to demand Mayor Myrick to publicly commit to opposing Trump's agenda.
Yes!
We're also gathered here today to publicly call on Senators Schumer and Gillibrand to pledge to block Trump's agenda.
Yes!
We want them to publicly oppose Jeff Sessions' appointment to Attorney General.
Yes!
And we refuse to meet with Trump as long as Stephen Bannon is chief strategist. Okay. I think Aja is going to come up and read a poem now.
No, I'm reading the statement.
Noel's reading a statement, never mind.
You gotta hold the banner. Woo! Great.
Stick together, Democrats.
Okay. I'm reading the national statement from #AllOfUs. For a year and a half, Donald Trump pushed a hateful vision of America. Now Donald Trump is appointed a leadership team whose values align with Trump's dark and dangerous promises. Our communities are in danger. The Republican Party supported a hateful campaign and is now uniting behind racist and greedy agenda. Democrats must pledge to oppose Donald Trump's hateful agenda without compromise. Our generation is drawing a stark line in the sand. Democrats, you must pick a side. Trump or all of us. If you negotiate with a racist, fascist, and his clan, we will support primary challengers against you. Yes! Our demands. 1. We demand #join the opposition by pledging to block Donald Trump's racist and fascist agenda. 2. Publicly denounce Jeff Sessions' appointment. 3. As long as Bannon is chief strategist, refuse to meet with Trump. Hundreds of thousands of us are protesting in the streets. Now let's bring the energy straight to the elected Democrats' offices. We know it's going to require protest, participation, and for establishment Democrats to listen to us. Democrats have a responsibility to listen to the people. By refusing to support bold, progressive policies during the general election, Wall Street Democrats failed to speak to the needs of the young people, people of color, working class, people of all races. They took us for granted, and they failed, and their failure led to the rise of Donald Trump. They must protect our lives, our communities, and our democracy by obstructing Donald Trump's racist and fascist policies. They must fight for an America and racial and economic justice at the very center of their party's core. And it's up to us to make it happen.
We have to support them.
And now for now for Aja's poem.
Thank you. Okay, the title of this is American Pride. Tell me, where do you see freedom? Do you see it in the faces of the 2 million people in U.S. prisons? Do you see it in the leaders of the free world also being the leaders of incarceration? Do you see it in slavery being written into the same document that was supposed to end it? Tell me, where do you see freedom? Do you see it in the President-to-be's promises to deport 11 million people? Do you see it in the fact that human beings are illegal? Do you see it in the fact that we are confined to whichever borders we were born into and however many laws were set without our consent? Do you see it in the system that mandates lives with numbers and studies and lies that compares them to profit? That will take less than a moment to consider every time he ever laughed, every time she said, "I love you," every time they ever cried riverbed cheeks and ocean eyes before deciding all of that is worth less than the oil under their feet. I do not see freedom. I do not see freedom in the government I did not choose to have, the government which, in a similar fashion, will choose for me what I can and cannot do with my body. I do not see freedom. I see a disease, this manufactured love of false liberty and patriotism as a practical hobby. And it is manufactured in every classroom every morning as children chant words they don't understand and the teachers reprehend them if they refuse to stand, and they are taught in history class that our country pioneered liberty, that we defeated the bullying Brits and saved the world, but they are not told that when they talk about the rights of men, they do mean men. They mean white men, they mean cisgender white men. And they are not told that the white men who pioneered liberty were slave owners. The products are visible in the flags they wave, in Facebook posts about the colors they claim to bleed, and bad tattoos. These are the minor cases. Sometimes the products are visible in white hoods, or strapped with guns, or in too many positions of power, making decisions that should not be theirs. The products majorly contain white privilege because you can rarely force a people to love you while you are killing them. The products see freedom in what they have been told to and look no further. The products bear proudly the title of the liberators, unaware that their experiences do not apply to those with different bodies and different skin. The products have not or have decided not to realize that they too did not consent to this government. They too are not free by the very definition of the word. I do not see freedom.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today because I know it's cold and it might rain and that's kind of, you know. But it's not as bad as his presidency. Trump is bigger than a person in a tower. Trump is bigger than our president. Trump is accepted hate worldwide. Trump is his followers. He's the KKK openly supporting him. He's the fact that there's a white supremacist in his cabinet. Trump is my friend, driving to get me at the Johnson Art Museum, being yelled at, "Get out of this country, you fucking Muslim." And she's Mexican American. He didn't even get her race right. Trump is a white skinhead, openly being able to walk on State Street, yelling, "We won, we won." Trump is the magician. Do you want to see some magic? Thinking that he won something. He lost. And he doesn't even know it. Trump is the idea that America was ever great. Trump is the idea that America can't get better. We're moving backwards, and it's up to us to move forwards. We should resist the shift back. We push back as hard as they're pushing back. We have to be the ones who make the change, because no one will make it for us. The ones who are affected, we are the people for the people. We the people.
We the people.
We the people. We the people.
We the people. More perfect you.
I want to talk about my fear. Because I fear every day now. That is something that I constantly live with. I can't walk down the street with being afraid. I go to bed and I'm afraid. I wake up and I'm afraid. Trump represents hate to me. I hate towards people that look exactly like me. To people that don't have the privilege that I do of being a U.S. citizen. I am terrified of our future. I am terrified of these next 4 years because it means that it's going to be 4 more years of me looking behind my back while I walk home at night because I am terrified He represents hate towards brown people, towards black people. He represents hate towards women. He represents hate towards me. How can someone who's in charge of my freedom as a U.S. citizen hate me? That is not acceptable. I demand respect from my president. I demand that my president represent me. Because I will not accept a president that hates me.
We're gonna start marching now.
Let the banners go first. Banners go first.
Make sure they're visible.
Banners go first.
No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump!
No KKK. Go fast.
The people united will never be defeated. 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 El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. 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 Jamás será vencido. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. 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 No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're gonna hear from Tenzin again. He's gonna read our statement.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
2 weeks ago, 17 millennials were arrested in Senator Chuck Schumer's Washington, D.C. office, calling on him to not cooperate with Trump when our lives are on the line. In Ithaca and Tompkins County, we are inspired by their actions.
So you guys are actually preventing small businesses from actually making any money? Keep going.
We are a group of high school students from LACS, New Roots, Charter School, and the Ithaca High School who are appalled at Trump's election and the Democrats who are willing to cooperate with his hateful agenda. Our local representatives in Ithaca and Tompkins County are no exception. Many of us are not old enough to have voted in the 2016 election, even though our lives and our future are going to be at risk now. We may not be old enough to vote, but we are going to make our voices heard. Today, we're gathered here to demand that Mayor Myrick publicly commit to opposing Trump's agenda and publicly call on Senators Chuck Schumer and Gillibrand to pledge to block Trump's agenda, publicly oppose Jeff Sessions' appointment to Attorney General, and refuse to meet with Trump as long as Stephen Bannon is chief strategist. Chuck Schumer Chuck Schumer, a Democrat, and Tom Reed, a Republican, have something in common: willingness to work with a president-elect who has pledged an agenda of hate and violence directed at people of color, immigrants, Muslims, women, LGBTQ people, and people with disabilities. This action is in coordination with youth-led actions around the country with hashtag #AllOfUs, an organization comprised of millennials who are standing against Trump's hatred and for a country where we the people include all of us.
We the people.
We the people. We the people.
We the people.
We the people.
We the people.
We the people!
Thank you.
Zach, I think they're actually coming down.
I don't know if they're like.
All right, well,
Wait, who
let's
are
get some
they?
more chanting, guys.
I don't know, but they're at the thing, so they're definitely interested in what's going on.
We gonna be alright!
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 When justice is afoot, we get hype!
We get hype!
When justice is afoot, we get hype!
We get hype!
When justice is afoot, we get hype!
We get hype!
We young, we strong, we marching all night long!
We young, we strong, we marching all night long.
We young, we strong, we marching all night long!
We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long.
We are unstoppable, another world is possible!
We are unstoppable, another world is possible. We are unstoppable, another world is possible. We are unstoppable, another world is possible. We are unstoppable, another world is possible.
No Trump,
No KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. We young, we strong, we marching all night long. Here, say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Refugees are welcome here.
we gonna be alright! We gonna be alright! We gonna be alright! We young, we strong, we marching all night long! We young, we strong, we marching all night long! We young, we strong, we marching all night long! We young, we strong, we marching all night long! We young, we strong, we marching all night long! No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA! 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 No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA!